The inspiration to create our Gloucestershire Old Spot 24-month aged ham came to me several years ago when I discovered the Iberico ham at the Cial show in Paris. I still remember today the incredible flavor and texture of that ham, and that inspired me to try to create a ham that's as good or better. Our research showed in order to do this, we needed two things. We needed a pig that produced great intramuscular fat. Fat that is not only flavorful, but silky in texture, and our Old Spot does that. The second thing we needed was an aging process that goes back to the old world traditional way of aging. And we found this in a company that's been curing ham since the 1940s. We're so excited about the quality and uniqueness of this ham that we've decided to name it our first signature item. We believe this is one of the best hams in the world, and it's produced right here in North Carolina.
My name is George Worrell. I'm a third generation cure master. Somewhat of a self-given title, I think, but when you've been curing hams for, your entire life, I guess it kind of sticks with you. We're an old facility located here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. We've been curing hams here since 1946. As soon as I was tall enough to put hams in boxes, I started helping out here. It actually originally was a freezer locker facility. Before homes had in-home freezers, you could kind of rent a locker here and store your meat like a butcher shop. My grandfather, Worrell, was the manager. He had always used some of the space in the processing plant to cure country hams for his family and friends. He started getting a little bit of a following. People kind of started anticipating every Christmas, like, oh, I hope I get one of Worrell's country hams. He kind of saw that trend. There was a consistency there and a quality there that we were proud of. So we stuck to that. And as the freezer locker business model died away, he bought the facility and turned it into a ham curing facility. And so we still use his methods to this day. And I always tell people, don't judge us by how it looks from the outside, but it cures a great ham. Joyce will send me fresh hams, and we take that through the curing process. It's a preservation technique that's been passed down from before they had refrigeration. They would bury it in salt, and then they found that they could use the seasons. We essentially replicate the seasons through temperature and humidity control in the processing plant. First stage is winter, or what we call it today, curing. We salt it as soon as it comes in, kind of massage the cure mix into the meat, ham by ham, and we stack it, what's called combo cure. The weight of the ham stacked on top of each other kind of helps push the water and the moisture out of the muscle as the salt is penetrating down to the center of the ham to prevent spoilage. 5 to 7 days later, we'll reapply each ham, and then that takes the hams on top and they'll go on the bottom. So every ham kind of always gets some weight. Once we know that the cure mix is through the ham, it needs to breathe. So we'll pull it out of the combos, rinse the hams off, net them or tie them by the foot and hang them up. That's when the flavor profile kind of starts developing. So they'll stay in the drying room, springtime, anywhere from a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month. And from there, it'll go into the aging room. The summer room, we keep, anywhere from 75 to 81 degrees. Very tight humidity control to make sure that you're not getting any hardening on the outer surface, because they do need to continue to breathe and drip until the aging process is complete. That springtime kind of just preps it for the aging room. It's a really good sign when you see drip from the bottom of a ham that the fat quality is really top notch. And I mean, if you watch that drip, it may take a day for that thing to finally drip. The curing is essential for the preservation, but the aging, the summer room is where the magic really happens as far as the flavor profile. When is it complete depends on just what you're really going after. How much depth of flavor do you want? That being said, certain products cannot age but for so long. The quality of the fat, the quality of the muscle, all of that really plays into how well it ages, how well it kind of holds up in that summer room. If you have something that's really lean, it's going to turn into a brick within 2 months. There's no fat there for it to kind of melt into the muscle, into the lean part of the ham. So you really have to have a really good first product initially to age it over a year, much less up to 2 years. When I probe a ham and get a feel for like the aromas that are coming from that product, that really tells you a lot. You stick a ham that's been in there for 3 to 6 months, it smells good. You take it out and stick one that's been in there for 18 months and it's a different world. The Joyce ham, it's gonna spend quite a bit of time in the aging room. It's got all the intramuscular fat to hold up to that aging. But the finished product, I mean, even though it takes 2 years or so to get there, you could take a dull knife to it and slice a piece and enjoy it right there. I mean, it doesn't get any better or more convenient than that. And I mean, I will be the first to say it's a lot better than country ham.